Yes then YouTube, we are back with another video on the Wolf of an Aston Villa podcast, brought to you by myself, Connor Wolf. Drop this video a like, drop a comment down below. I love to have a conversation and a debate with you in the comment section down below. And if you can hit that subscribe button to my channel, that would mean the world to me. We are very close to 400 subs on the Villa channel, so it would mean the world to me if you can hit that subscribe button. Also, I am proudly sponsored by Luke Roper, so if you do want any new clobber, any new clothing items or anything like that, check out Luke's website. Link is down in the description below, and you can use the code WOLF20 for 20% off your whole order, including sale items. And today is a match preview of the Aston Villa v Everton game, and it's going to be, I don't know, I'm in two minds. A part of me thinks that it's gonna, for some reason, that we're actually going to have a very comfortable afternoon on Sunday at Villa Park. I will be there, of course. I'm a season ticket holder, but half of me thinks it's going to be a very comfortable game. You know, it's going to be like a 2-3-0. Everton won't really lay much of a glove on us. But another part of me thinks it's just not going to go like that. I don't know why. I've just got this little feeling in my head that it could be a bad day at the office on Sunday, but I don't want to go into that. I will do a prediction at the end of the day, at the end of the video, in terms of what the scoreline that I do think it will be. But I'm kind of caught in between two minds. So to start things off, I'm going to show you the team that Everton did play against Fulham. Pickford was in goal. Patterson at right back, Michael Keane and Tarkowski at centre back, Ashley Young, what a legend, at left back, Iwobi on the left, James Garner on the right, and then Idrissa Gana, Gay, Onana and Doucouré as like the midfield trio, and then Mopai up front. On the subs bench, they did bring on Dobbin. Oh, they only brought on two players. Wow, they only brought on Danjuma and Dobbin. Now, the rumour is that Dominic Calvert-Lewin might start on Sunday. And, of course, that, if you're an Everton fan and you do stumble across this video, let me know in the comment section. Do you think he will start? That would completely change the dynamic of how Everton are going to be, how tough the game will be. The way that they play, they'll get balls into the box. Dominic Calvert-Lewin will be able to run in behind, and he does just offer a much bigger goal threat than any of their other players. Really, they really are like Dominic Calvert-Lewin FC up front at the minute until they sign another striker. So I'm not worried about Mopai if he starts up front. He actually missed quite a lot of chances, and if you look at the stats of the game against Fulham, actually, bar the possession, Everton absolutely battered Fulham. Like, genuinely. I remember watching it on Match of the Day. I didn't watch that game at 3 PM. I watched the West Ham Bournemouth game instead. But Everton absolutely battered Fulham by the looks of it. But Neil Mopai just couldn't score. So the result, even though you may look at it and think, oh, they lost to Fulham, Everton are going to be in a relegation battle, blah, blah, blah. I actually think the performance warranted a lot more than a 1-0 loss to Fulham. And then if we then go into the predicted lineup of what I think we're going to play, I did drop a video on this yesterday, by the way. This is the this is the team, sorry, that I think we are going to play against Everton on Sunday. I think we are going to go with the back three of Torres, Carlos and Konsa. I think we are going to play Matty Cash, even though I don't want to. I just think Luca Dean is, of course, on his way to either Saudi or Nice in France. So I don't think Luca Dean is going to play. I think Louise and Kamara, double pivot, they will be there. I think we'll put McGinn back out onto the right and let him drift in field where his best position is for us, in my opinion. I think he actually played really well away at Everton earlier on last season. Well, like quite late on last season when we won 2-0. I remember he played a lovely ball through to Buendia, who then scored the second goal, didn't he, at Goodison Park last season. So I think McGinn will have a good game. And I would start Philogene. One, I think he deserves to start. I think he had a really good pre-season with Villa. I was shocked that he didn't start against Newcastle away. I really would. I'd put it like this, YouTube. I don't want to single him out, but I do not want to see Leon Bailey down this left-hand side. I don't. He will offer zero protection to Pau Torres. And Pau Torres is adapting to a new league. Yes, he's a good player and I really like him, but he is adapting to a new league, the physicality of the Premier League, etc. He will need a little bit of protection down this left-hand side, whereas Philogene, well, not whereas, but Philogene will then give him that protection and tuck in nicely, whereas Leon Bailey just won't. He just doesn't trap back. And then, of course, the two strikers, Ollie Watkins and Diaby up front. I think the game will be won in this area here. Matty Cash down the right-hand side against Ashley Young and Philogene against Patterson. Having watched the highlights of the Everton-Fulham game and watched the extensive highlights as well, not just the Sky Sports ones, Patterson, is it Patterson, the right back? Yeah, it's how you say his name. Patterson, the right back for Everton. He seems to be okay going forward, but really not good defensively. So I think Philogene can really have a good game against Patterson. And I personally don't rate the centre-backs of Everton. I do not rate Michael Keane and Tarkowski. I don't think they're very good. I think Ollie Watkins and Diaby will have a really good game against them. I've got a feeling Watkins is going to bag a few, actually. That's my prediction of the day, that Ollie Watkins will bag a brace on Sunday. I just think he will. I think he'll score 2. And I think Concert, Carlos and Torres, even if Calvert-Lewin does start, will be able to deal with the physical presence that Everton will bring. I think Carlos, he is a boxer. Well, he's not a boxer, but he's got the build of a boxer. He's built like an absolute shithouse. He's a unit. I think he'll be able to deal with Calvert-Lewin. It'll be interesting to see if Everton do start Danjuma, actually. Of course, it would be written in the stars that the ex-Villarreal and ex-Unai Emery man would score against Aston Villa and Unai Emery, right? So, it'd be interesting to see. I think Danjuma might play instead of Iwobi. Nah, they won't go... No. They won't move Iwobi to the right and play Danjuma, Iwobi and Mupai, will they? If Calvert-Lewin's not fit, I've got a feeling they might play Danjuma up front instead of Mopai. I've got a feeling. If Calvert-Lewin's not fit enough to start, should I say, maybe they will start with Danjuma instead of Mopai. He will offer a bit more threat in the transition, a little bit more pace on the counter-attack, because we'll dominate the ball. Like, even Everton at home against Fulham in the game that I actually thought they played well in, they only had 41% possession, so Everton will happily give up the ball. So we will have all of the ball on Sunday. We'll probably have 65, 70 plus. It's what we then do with it, right? So I like this team. That's the predicted lineup that I'm going to go with. What I will say, though, and I will say this, I'm really, for some reason, and I have been for a while, caught in two minds over the last few days. I don't know whether that Newcastle performance has really took the stuffing out of me in terms of like the season or what. I don't know, but I'm a little bit wary. I'm way more confident. I was way more confident last season going into the Everton game in the second game of the season after we just lost to Bournemouth than for some reason I am this weekend. And I don't know why. I want to shake that. So my prediction is going to be... you know what? Aston Villa 3, Everton 0. I think we'll keep a clean sheet. I genuinely mean this. I think Everton won't really lay a glove on us really at all. I think it'll be one of them games that we'll get a goal within like the first 20 minutes, and I think it'll just settle all the nerves. Everyone will settle down, and then I think you'll see Aston Villa play a lot better. Now, I've actually watched back the whole game against Newcastle, by the way. I don't know why I did that, but I actually watched it back yesterday. Maybe I was a little bit harsh in my initial match reaction and stuff like that. We actually, I know it sounds mad because we lost 5-1. We actually played quite well for 75% of the game. Like, the turning point was the Matty Cash miss at 3-1. We were 3-1 down, and Matty Cash missed an absolute sitter. Like, he literally missed a sitter. And that was just the turning point, really. After that, we literally just fell apart. But up to that point, it was actually a very even game. Newcastle had just taken their chances, and we hadn't. So, if we can put in the same level of performance as we did against Everton that we did against Newcastle, I think we'll win quite comfortably. But it's going to be hard. Without Mings, of course, in the back four, Marshall in the back four. It's why I do think we will play Conca, Carlos and Torres. I just think we'll play all three of them, because even if then Dominic Calvert-Lewin does come on, we do have the physical capabilities to deal with that type of player, like with his pace and his physicality and his height. All three of them centre-backs can deal with it, because a lot of the time, Calvert-Lewin or whoever plays up front for Everton, whether it be Danjuma, Mopai, Calvert-Lewin, blah, 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 they will be up against all three centre-backs by themselves. Like they'll be very isolated up there. So that's when it then comes up to Iwobi and stuff like that to try and make stuff happen for Everton. And I just think we've just got too many good players for us not to win this game. Like, even if Douglas Luiz isn't performing well, we'll bring on Tielemans. If Philogene's not cutting it, we'll bring on Coutinho, or I don't really want to see Leon Bailey, but we can bring on Leon Bailey. You know, these type of players can help out. We can bring on, maybe John Duran can come on as well. Maybe Cameron Archer, although I think Cameron Archer is going to be sold, so I don't think we'll actually risk him in many minutes in any games, but be interesting. So my prediction is going to be 3-0 Aston. Maybe that is a bit too strong, but it is going to be 3-0. I do think it'll be one of them games that kind of just ebbs and flows a little bit. I think it'll be quite a slow tempo game. I've got a feeling that Everton will come there and just park the bus. But I think we'll score in the first 20 minutes and that'll really calm everyone down. I think my little tip of the day, I think we'll be 2-0 up at half-time. That's my tip. I think it will be 2-0 at half-time. That's my little tip. So, yeah. Drop a like on today's video for me. Drop a comment down below how you do think the Aston Villa-Everton game is going to go. This is, of course, a match preview. So, let me know what you do think. Do you agree with my predicted lineup as well? And if you can hit that subscribe button to my channel, that would mean the world to me. Thank you for watching. Remember, spread the love and positivity. PMA, positive man, attitude. Peace out. One love. Up the Villa.